So last time on the Curse Breakers, we found two of the items we're going to need to defeat Strahd. We found a holy symbol that predates any other religion in Ravenloft, and we gave that to Gorgos. The Sun Sword we found, another item that helped defeat Strahd, we gave to Pyron. But this time around, we find ourselves in Vallaki. We go to the church where the priest has been attacked and bit by Strahd himself. Strahd came in late night with a swarm of bats during the sermon, scaring away the practitioners and attacking the priest. Now, I was concerned that the priest would turn into a vampire after being bit, but Lenya remembers from her studies that to turn unwillingly to be turned into a vampire, you have to be completely drained. The priest is safe, for now at least. So while we're gone, the burgomaster, the mayor, is kind of not to be seen while this Lady Watcher and her brothers, the Watcher brothers, are trying to cause an uprising to unthrone the current mayor. Lady Watcher sounds as brutal, if not more, than the current mayor, hoping to not only go after the current mayor, but his family as well. We decided it'd be best to try to get the kids to stay at the tavern, even if temporarily. Val heads to the tavern while we talk to the priest and learn all that information. The tavern keeper agrees to keep the kids, if even just temporarily. Val puts on another show at the tavern, and while he's performing, I went around asking some questions of the people in the tavern. Some of the rumors I heard were about Henrik von der Voot. People are saying visitors are entering his place at night, long past business hours. He is a coffin maker in town. The locals are hesitant to go near the coffin shop. He is known to get drunk and belligerent. He's actually banned from the tavern that we're in, Irwin's Tavern. Now, Irwin is the son of the owner of the Wizards of Wine, where we went and fought the Twig Blights and got all those barrels of wine to distribute around Barovia. And the visitors at this coffin shop are coming in late and in groups. Now, here we decided to split the party, probably against our better judgment, but I was worried about us being too confident for a long time. At this point, I think we've earned that confidence. We're making very, very light work of this land of Barovia. Ludo, Lenya, and Pyron go to the coffin shop to go check it out, while Val, Gargos, and myself go to the church to keep an eye on the priest and the church itself. When we all meet back up after, Ludo, Lenya, and Pyron say something's off. They can't quite put their finger on it, but something is off. And Lenya is smelling fresh grave dirt, not where the coffins are downstairs or anything like that, but actually upstairs. Now, the church is usually attacked around 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. Val casts a spell that creates a tiny shelter, a tiny hut, a magical safety zone for us to rest in, and for the priest as well. It's going to come in very handy out here in Barovia. I asked the priest about Lady Watcher. He says she is, in fact, worse than the current mayor, and she's on Strahd's payroll. I definitely want to go have a conversation with the Watcher brothers when I see them next. In my conversation, I mean pick a fight, just to be clear. Now that we know the priest is safe, we go back to the coffin shop. We see some figures moving around, and we decided to break in. There's something foul going on here. We need to see what they are up to. We sneak in, and I'm actually successfully quiet, I think for the first time ever in my life, especially while wearing plate mail armor. Pyron seemed to dampen the sound around him within 30 feet, and we go in unnoticed. Ludo charges into a room filled with vampire spawns. He immediately casts sunlight. It was like broad daylight in this room. I will never cease to be amazed by my cohorts. I charge in behind Ludo, calling upon Helm's powers, my deity, to sear these undead. And they almost took me down. As blood became pouring out of the different plates, the seams of my armor, Val heals me. And then shortly after, I heal all else, and we keep attacking. It was a glorious battle, taking almost a minute. Helm seems to be blessing me with tougher and tougher fights and battles as time goes on as a way to prove myself. Now, at this very moment, things went from celebratory to extremely dangerous. Strahd himself shows up. He says we are a pain in his ass, and the fight was already going on before anyone knew it was happening. I go down, Gorgos brings me right back up in the blink of an eye. He grabs Val, Strahd, begins to drain him. Val is unconscious. Strahd begins to retreat, relatively unharmed and unfazed. I yell at him. I tell him, "You better run." He turns back with a smile and says he does not have to. He chooses to. And I tend to believe him. We go and find Henrik, the owner of the coffin shop. He's hiding under his bed, under the covers, the coward he is. He says Strahd made him work with him. The vampire spawn that we slayed were his wife and kids. In his closet are the bones of Andrel. We're trying to find those for the priest, the one from the church we just set up that tiny hut at. Well, Val did. Upon leaving, after fighting us for a while, again, him doing way more damage to us than the other way around. After he separates after a while, he also said, "I'll come back when you all are ready." Clearly now is not that time. I do have many questions for Strahd, but that was not the time to be asking them. We bumped into some dire wolves yet again, 6 of them. Val puts most of them to sleep, some of us as well. Val runs into Gorgos to wake him up, and then Gorgos bumps into Pyron to wake him up. And this is where we are now, in his current state. A lot of interesting ins and outs in this town of Vallaki, in this land of Barovia. I'm curious to what good we're even doing here. Because the moment we leave, how long will it take for all the good we do here to be undone? But you have to help when others won't. You have to help when others can't. At least give these people a little bit of hope here in the lands of Barovia, if even for a short time. And I'll consider that a success. I think that's all we can do, is give them maybe half a generation's worth of peace before it all goes back to being what it is now.